Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this. Stripe says blockchains may need 1 billion transactions per second to support an AI agent-driven future. Which network do you think can handle that? XRP is already ready for that. Remember, Stephen Thomas told us, with the technologies we've helped build at Ripple, XRP and Interledger, we can process trillions of transactions per second without any central authority. This is going to become a very big deal very soon. And through Interledger, you would have the ability to have paychecks received every 10 minutes, bills paid each night, no need for short-term financing. Everything's going to be fully automated in the future. Imagine the amount of transactions that are going to be happening every single day. All those micropayments running across the XRP ledger. Everybody always thought about massive bank-to-bank payments, but micropayments are going to be even bigger because there's going to be so many of them happening throughout every single day. But this is what people want. They want instant gratification. They want to get paid every hour or every minute. They want to have everything done for them through AI agents. And this is what's coming with the new financial system. Everything's going to be fully automated. And we are holding the robot money. I said that multiple times. Take a listen to Ben Horowitz on the infrastructure behind the AI economy.
I do think crypto is the natural money for AI because it's internet native money, and it's not controlled by AI is global and crypto is global. It's not a per country idea. I would go further than that. I think that there needs to be not just a ledger of money, but probably a ledger of truth for AI to really fulfill its potential on a number of things. And crypto is a logical answer for that. So I do feel like this is an underestimated phenomenon, particularly now that the U.S. has legalized stablecoins. I think that of all the things we've talked about, many of them are like, yeah, we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming. I think people are probably underestimating how crypto and AI work together to form the AI economy. It's a little more like kind of as the internet relates to the iPhone. So, networks and computers tend to grow together. And I think that, AI is obviously a new kind of computer and crypto is a new kind of network. So it's not like a direct, it's not quite a substitute for investing in AI, but I think that, a lot of our new, like we invested in a crypto bank, which handles all the anti-money laundering and other kinds of nuances that you need for AI agents. And I think there's going to be more and more. And we're in a company called Daylight Energy, for example, that does energy trading. But the among like different people with Tesla Powerwalls, but it'll use AI to figure out like who's low on power and who needs power and so forth, but then the exchange will be in crypto. So I think they're certainly adjacent and important to each other. And I think for AI to fulfill its potential, like it would help a lot if crypto was a pervasive utility for it.
And that's what makes sense because it is global. And when people start talking about, well, they'll just use stable coins, you got to remember every single stable coin is always going to need a bridge. If you have a digital dollar stable coin and you have a digital euro, central bank digital currency, you need to have a bridge in the middle. crypto from machine to machine, it's just going to be crypto going in between. And that's why I always told you, by investing into XRP, you're investing into two industrial revolutions at the same time. Blockchain and crypto, fourth industrial revolution. AI is the fifth industrial revolution. But these two industrial revolutions, they coincide with each other. Even the new financial system, it's going to be fully running day and night without any human interaction. And the New York Times said crypto is pointless. Not even the White House can fix that. It's almost like when they said the internet is just a passing fad. People don't get it until it already happens. How is crypto pointless at this point in time? I don't get it. It's like they just want to keep people from investing in it. It's like they want to keep people from making life-changing money by investing in crypto before it happens. XRP wiping out the United States $38 trillion debt. Remember this? They aired it on national television, Newsmax, primetime, explaining what XRP is and what it can do. Take a listen to this clip.
National debt, $348, would have purchased 1.7% of the total supply of Bitcoin at the time, and today it would wipe our balance sheet clean. Imagine they'd done that for Social Security too. Because crypto is worth what people think it's worth, simply because people are buying it, and like a Prada bag that costs $50 to make and sells for $5,000, supply and demand. Could the government theoretically, I don't know, take 1/5 of our annual tax revenue, which is about $1 trillion, and put it into an emerging cryptocurrency like, I don't know, XRP, currently trading around $2.50? That would explode the value of that coin. Right now, the total market cap of XRP is $144 billion in total circulation. This would multiply its value by a factor of 8, essentially returning the government $8 trillion overnight. Want to get aggressive, they can dump it, crash the market, buy it right back, do it all over again. Pay off the national debt by Saturday. You see, the government can't control crypto like it controls banks and the bogus Federal Reserve printing money out of thin air. Ronald Reagan famously said, that the government operates very simply. If it moves, regulate it. If it stops moving, subsidize it. If you can't do either, ban it. He didn't know about blockchain. Reagan didn't know about the fourth option. Become what you seek to control.
I think if they were to pay off the United States with XRP, the price would skyrocket very quickly if that was to happen. And here's what the AI model says. So you see, if they use the entire max supply, 100 billion tokens, to do this, you would have a $387 XRP. If you use just the circulating supply, you would have $635 per XRP. If you just use Ripple's escrow holdings, you would have a $993.33 XRP. But I think they're going to tokenize the entire U.S. debt. It's coming on chain. And people always said, well, how does that benefit anything? Well, now, because it's a tokenized asset, you could take it to places in the world where the U.S. debt has never gone before. Buyers of U.S. debt are starting to dry up. People are no longer interested in investing in U.S. debt. So now you got to find new investors that are willing to buy it. But a lot of those places you could just never get into before. But crypto would enable that to happen. Tokenization would enable that. But paying off the U.S. debt, I don't even think that's an option right now. They're not even worried about the U.S. debt right now. It just keeps going higher and higher. It'll become a problem once the liquidity crisis shows up, and it is coming as well. I believe that 100 XRP will have an incredible value in the future. So he's talking about 100 XRP tokens being worth ridiculous value in the future. I always said at some point people need to stop valuing XRP in US dollars. we're going to start to value XRP in what maybe 10 XRP buys you in the real world. Because US dollars, they continue to lose value. XRP is going to continue to gain value over time. And if they're going to be utilizing it in between two central bank digital currencies, the value is going to be astronomical. We're all waiting for the banks to come out of the testing phase with XRP on the private ledger. And that's why I think the set price makes the most sense. Because if you're going to be moving all this value on a daily basis, and it doesn't even need to be CBDC or fiat, or it could just be tokenized assets, because tokenized assets, they're going to be massive. They're going to be in the trillions. So imagine all of that value moving around every single day on just a handful of networks. How is XRP not worth massive amounts of money? I always looked at it as being way better, and not even, it should never be valued in US dollars at all. Japan's SBI Bank lets shareholders take dividends in XRP. Crypto gains incoming. Japan's SBI Shinsei Bank now allows shareholders to receive dividends in XRP. This starts on March 31st, 2026. I want to see where this goes from here also. Because will this lead to a price move on that day? It's too early to say, but you see all of this adoption happening right now for XRP. Yet people are in such a hurry to sell their XRP for US dollars. I keep telling people, if you sell now, you are absolutely going to regret it in the very near future. Because I believe once the institutional money gets into crypto, retail's going to be priced out very quick. The prices of all these utility-driven cryptocurrencies, I think they're going to start to change very fast, like an overnight event, once all the institutions enter crypto. Right now, it's like the calm before the storm. But anybody that is looking to get into XRP and they're still sitting on the sidelines, I think they're going to get priced out very soon. This comes from Eleanor Tourette. The U.S. OCC issued a proposed rule to implement the Genius Act today and is seeking public comment. The framework would establish ground rules for permitted and foreign payment stablecoin issuers under OCC supervision, along with certain custody activities. Comptroller Jonathan Gold says the goal is a system where stablecoins can flourish in a safe and sound manner. Not included BSA, AML, and OFAC provisions. Those will be addressed separately in coordination with Treasury. When they start talking about offshore stablecoins, the first thing that comes to my mind is Tether. If Tether can't pass an audit, Tether should be required to pass an audit to be used in the United States in any way. We all know what's been going on with Tether. Every time the price of Bitcoin drops, right away, here comes Tether with another $1 billion worth of USDT printed out of thin air. And I hope that they don't make arrangements where Tether can somehow pass through this without being fully audited. But I'm sure there's a lot of other stablecoins out there that would like to have access in the US that are fully legit as well. Maybe they're going to open up the doors for those assets outside of Tether. But I look at it like this. Every single stablecoin in the world will need a bridge, because every single stablecoin is going to have an issuer, whether it be a bank, a country, a small business. Nobody is going to accept those stablecoins. In other words, if you have a digital dollar stablecoin, Europe isn't going to want it. They're pushing the digital euro. So if you're going to send digital dollars to Europe, you're going to need a bridge. If you're JP Morgan and you're sending JP Morgan coin to Goldman Sachs, you're going to need a bridge. And that's how we always were meant to get rich in the end. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.